What's up, y'all? Happy New Year. I can't help but I want to make sure that people get the clearest, condensed, I believe, precise, paragraph that sums up how the month may affect you. So yeah. Some reason I believe it's simple to track these situations, and when it happens, you get to see if you're really ready to get over yourself. And truly, in this day and age, it's really hard to want to get all these goodies out here. It's almost like, having a little difficulty acquiring these goodies is almost its own goodie in itself, because, when that time comes to reap rewards, you'll have a healthy, not detachment, but a respect for the season. So this video will hopefully be like 20 minutes, not even, probably 10. Because all I'm doing is just saying the quotes for the month. So I'll go ahead and get to Taurus. My bad. Aries. One sec. Forgive me. Got a timestamp. I'll just... Now for Aries. Okay. Alright, Aries says we need to be patient because we all learn at a different pace. Allow yourself to let your emotions learn. Don't look for your reward. Your mind can steal your joy. Don't focus on how you feel. Always keep your trust. Keep your trust in the pace of your life. Your dramatic emotions are purely distractions. As soon as you feel irritated or dramatic, let it go. Catch and release your dramatic emotions to free them. So what I want to do is I want to eat some blueberries first. Gotta be simple like this. Sometimes it's hard to believe God's rejection is your protection because everybody looking so down, man, like into their situation. So the message is perfect. But I'll do a quick 5-card spread to see how this lines up, because the cards always figure out the right words. The cards fall in line with those interpretations. So 5 cards. Look at that. See, it's mixing. Always believe this is self-esteem. How you feel in your environment. How you feel about what you're manifesting, creating. Well, at least that's there. One more card. So embrace the pace. This is exactly what it looks like when it says trust in the pace of your life. Trust in the pace of your... Yes, always keep your trust in the pace of your life. Now, truly, you don't know what season people are in. People could be in a very good season, How I view this is, arguing for why, But at least some of y'all have things that could minimize the blow. That is excitement, so that looks like excitement, activity, exciting involvement at least. With these other 4 cards, it's just, oh man. I can feel it. You know, for me personally. Now, let me get to your reading. Let's see what else I can say. What else can I say? I just gave you exactly what the month is trying to do. And this is the saving grace, so the last card is going to be the saving grace of the spread. I mean, truly, it's a fight. You know, thankfully, when you see the message, you go, okay. There's some of us have ways that have things that make it easier to go through this. So, you could even have people in your environment, you know, expressing this combative nature, you know. At least there's enough energy, distance around to not be held down by it, you know. I don't even want to finish uploading this fucking video. Yeah, I said all this shit. All these readers telling you who's gonna come see you and pay for your life. It's like, man, I don't see. Let me clarify the Knight of Wands then. I mean, this is the reality, you know. So this is water. This is good. And this is exactly the feeling. You know, but we're being fake when we act like this doesn't happen in life, you know. And that's the real, you know, that's the real disservice, is to act like these phases, these seasons don't even happen. It's like, since when are we too cool to even have reality? Like, people are trying to take away reality so bad. They're trying to act like L's don't happen, slow periods don't happen. You know, it's like, goddamn, are we even living life the same anymore? Are we actually facing things? I don't even want to finish this video off this, but I know I need to. So T. Taurus. Forgive me, Taurus. Forgive me. So for some reason, we may have to check out your message, because I put the first thing in the morning, read all the cheat codes for the month. Make space for the strictness. The past can't come back, but honor that the residue energy is active in you. The present activities will manage that past residue. So if I'm being honest with y'all, I've just cleared out a vicious cycle of, heavy weed usage, working a hardcore job 6 months, and I ended up getting fired, yeah. And now all that momentum is slowed down to a stop. My body's still jittery, working in cold conditions, dealing with, people who were kind of upset they couldn't get specific things out of me, so they would act like I was being disruptive in the environment. They couldn't get, it sounds arrogant as fuck, but it really is a problem. Like, you really need to make money. You ain't even making that much of it. And you give your best because, you believe it. It's just what we do. It's just why be in the environment. I'm here to work. Might as well make the place look good. Give customers a reason to feel good coming in here, knowing people are paying attention to their environment, to the workspace. Things won't just be looking raggedy and all over the place. They'll actually respect that people want to see a neat, tidied up, presentable things, market, place to shop at, commerce, whatever the fuck. So we're not arguing, we're not complaining, I'm not trying to, but I gotta honor that residue energy of needing something to shield, because I would smoke weed to just go in there, so I didn't, because if I smoke, like, I'm able to just be in the zone, and not like, I don't know, because if I'm sober, I just feel it. You know, I'm more aware. I'm more attention. I guess I zone out when I'm high, and then, you know, here's the last card. That's that residue energy right there. Not up to it, you know. Alright, so with this whole spread, it was talking about make space for strictness. That's definitely necessary. The new activities will need to make this, because this can pull you back, you know. This is probably another indicator of residue or the same. But at least this is about where we put our focus on, so it's really good. Spirituality takes out all the gifts and goodies and excitement, but it actually enhances it. It makes you more prepared for that phase to be so present in those situations, you know. It's actually the necessary homework and training that needs to, I believe, gets done to where you're fully felt, fully understood, fully experienced. So that was me. That's my residue energy. Just trying my best not to feel like I'm defective. I'm not shit. I'm unhelpful. So you gotta be in this energy though, right? Good, because as long as you know you paid your dues, you know, I think about the situation. This is supposed to mirror what you could be going through, right? What you most likely going through, you know. And the Nine of Pentacles in that state for you could be good because you know you have, you know, help in this situation. In some way, you know you have help. I mean, so let's see, what's the help? What's the little look at? Yeah. Residue energy. Residue, because the past will not come back. Yes, the Fool is in reverse, but the past cannot come back at all, man. It cannot come back at all. Star card, what is it? It's trying to. It's trying to, but it can't. It cannot come back at all, bro. It can't, you know. This. So, for some of y'all, you know, you got people in your environment. If Three of Cups is upright, that could be very well good standing with you and these people, but their communication they're having is very, you know, not stand up, not, you know. I mentioned the job because truly, I'm too old to be there. Who I am in this state of my life, I don't need to be there. Making $12 an hour. Just getting 40 hours a week, maybe overtime sometimes. You know, extra 8 hours, possibly maybe 2, 3, 4, like. I know I could do something better, man. Then, you know, you're hoping, okay, the game you play with yourself is, okay, fine. If I'm sober, I'll help build connection. I'll help be open for, and be receptive for connection. You know? And then when you do that, you find that people have a very specific thing they want, you know? It ain't bad, it's just, I mean, it's the subtleties of life and spirituality. Like, just because it ain't here don't mean it ain't gonna never happen, but just damn, like, some things we do can make sure it never happens, though. So, it sucks, you know? I was at this place for like 6, almost 7 months. Barely took 4 days off, nigga. Barely 3. You know, barely 3 to 4 days off the whole time. And, you know, people coming in, getting promoted, getting hired in a higher position, bro. Thank God I got fired, you know, because I'm too old to be putting in all this work. Younger people moving ahead because the coworkers know how to like them. I'm not complaining, it's just, this is a real experience, and me as a man, 31-year-old man, thankful I'm healthy. There's no running away, there's no swagging it out, there's no punching it up, there's no making it nicer than what it really is. You come to work to a place, people are already shut off if you're not open to make the bridge gap the bridge of giving them what they want and shit. So it's really lame that we have specific ways we like being a human. You know, the weather's great right now. We're in January. It ain't even cold over here in Tejas, Texas. Barely want to tell people my location because, you know, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It could be worse, you know. That's all it really meant. Message, I know I'm ranting, but the residue energy's there. The new activity's got to be here. And you sitting in this, it will not be realized. You won't see it. You're just going to have to sit in this. So, it sucks, man, because I did my very best. I even told them the messages. I even gave them, I like summing up the quotes for them, you know. And it was times I felt like they seen the message work. They understood the message. But their lower selves like, yeah, that's good and all, but I know what I really want, you know. Fuck a message. It'd be times we'd have great days, great rapport, a week straight almost. You know, a couple weeks straight. They understood, okay, this is the discipline aspect of what is going on, right? What the month. Then it just felt like I'm busy withholding myself and shit. And I'm like, I get it. How do you bridge the gap when you're so obvious about what you want, but we don't vibe, you know? Maybe it was my fault. But let me draw one more card. It ain't coming back though. So. I'm probably not gonna upload this shit. It's really starting off weird. Yeah, I do not like these. Look at this. This is like Gemini. Here are the messages for January. I'm making sure y'all know what the fuck this month is doing. You'll be able to pinpoint it. So Gemini, here's what your January message is. We are on a new level. On this level, you feel how you feel and that's it. Don't believe you can't win. No more defeatist thoughts. Allow yourself to learn. The work is strengthening your self-confidence. Learn in real time. Be consumed in your game. Put in the work of taking yourself seriously. You know? It was funny enough, there was a Gemini in this job I'm talking about I was at for 7 months, you know. You know, with me, sometimes I don't even have to talk to people. It's just like an eye contact thing, you know, a vibe. I assume that's how it's being communicated, you know. You know, it's hard taking yourself seriously around people who don't take themselves seriously, but have found other ways to be serious. And this is a real problem. But I'm man enough to admit it. You know, I never thought, I remember growing up, like, man, what I do for a chick who's just desperate for me, just desperate, just worshiping me. And you meet him, and you like, I mean, damn, is existence that bad? You can't just be calm for a sec and see if life make this shit work. Cause I just feel tacky going to a bitch and going like, you want to do it? you want to screw, you want to hang out. Like, it just sounds not allowed when I don't want it to feel like that, you know? And so, you go to work, you just keep working and leave, and they go, man, this nigga fucking weird, man. I mean, with me, I'm a Gemini moon, so coworkers come in with customers come in with great conversation. That's damn near all I need to go through the day, you know, because not really allowed to talk to the coworker because they're doing shit. We're in a warehouse, things are getting bought. We got to refill the shelves and shit. So really, when you stop and talk, your money's not being made. So you want to make sure the customer's not going to ask around, and you can refill this spot, refill the shelf, refill it. You know, make more money for them, man. Help the customer, you know. And in doing that, sometimes you help the customer look for a product. Great conversation happens, and that's enough for me, damn near. Just to have rapport, have a great understanding with a person, you know. It's good. It made me feel full emotionally. I'm full off a decent interaction, a genuine interaction. It makes me feel full. Like, to where, damn, I feel like I'm actually a person. I'm being a great person. We had a great conversation. You know, and taking yourself seriously. You know, when people don't take you seriously, this is the best time to take yourself seriously. But somehow, we knock our shields down because, I'm not allowed to feel allowed to be okay with this decision I made. You know, I'm not allowed because, you know, I don't have the symbols that mean I'm a boss, you know. So this is serious. It's these ideas you feel about yourself that make you feel bad about. And thankfully, you only have to sit in it. That's why there's Knight of Pentacles is out. Who else we got in here? Now, if you want to make this another person, I rather say it's like us fighting back and forth with accepting and actually allowing ourselves to be, you know, okay. Like, look, you did everything you could. Life's brought you here. No one deserves to be made to feel like that every time they give their all, bro. Like, it's not funny anymore. It's not cool no more. It ain't cool, man. Simple. And somehow people found a way to just refute your seriousness, even though they have never been in your shoes. That's why I'm not gonna. If I rant about somebody, I'd take it back because I'm like, okay, I don't really know. I'm letting my emotions go for a walk. You know, that's what I call it. I gotta give space to see what the reality is, because I know sometimes, you know, Gemini moon, I just snap. First thing I see, first instinct, first idea, boom, it's probably that. Then I find out, okay, it's not. It's just a real quick observation. You know? Here you go. But it takes work to allow yourself to be okay. Like, this is actually progress. These decisions that put you in this feeling of, damn, I'm still here. I can't speak. I ain't got the things that look like I'm winning. I ain't got the vocabulary that looks like I've been making moves in life. And it's pitiful, bro, because the evidence is like, we ain't there, nigga. We gonna get there. Don't mean we're not striving to get there, but who are you to knock down a whole person rank? You know, because the shit we're looking for specifically, they're not allowing you to take yourself seriously. So you gotta take yourself seriously in spite of that feeling they have, you know. So next sign. So when I read what I read, it's exactly what the month is bringing out of you. So basically, I shouldn't even. If anything, I'm going to just read and go off on it, because the month is going to bring this shit out in you. Like, it is. That's how serious I believe in these messages. I don't even got to read a fucking card. I'm going to just read it and just feel how I feel about the shit. I guarantee, you know, I just know this shit. I just can't help that people out there, they're not going to have the exact words that will help them relax in their situation, you know. Okay, let me step back. So next sign, Cancer. This might be the last one I read for it, but after that, I might just stick to just speaking the message, you know. The Cancer. I gotta read your quote. Yours, I have to refilm your video actually, so. It says, Cancer, to handle heavy insecurity energy, be present. I call it this energy, it's gonna feel like inexhaustible insecurity. Like you can't run out of it. You can't run out of feeling insecure. So it says be present in your day. Stop counting yourself out. Allow situations in their month to wake up your emotions or personality. So allow the situations in your month to wake up your emotions or your personality, right? Move through the tightness, speak through the tightness, sit through the tightness. Speak through the tightness, toughen yourself. Find confidence in yourself. Let your expectations of people off the hook. Which, it doesn't help, right? I'll be having this feeling sometimes, like people watching closely as shit. Little small comments I make. It's a dumb thing to think, really. But, you just let people off the hook. It's easy to save, you know, like, and I'm actually tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of feeling like this now. And I wrote, I am the ride to beware of. Your emotional reactions. Those are the rides. That's the ride you have to beware of, your emotional reaction. Utilize the situation. Don't shut down. Be in the day, not in your head. So, truly, I really don't believe I need to read for these situations because the cards are just going to show that. I mean, on my message, on my channel here, I got all these Scorpio placements, so I'm not really looking at small situations. The person's going to like you and love you and make you feel like you're amazing. This is some heavy emotional shit we got to face in order to actually be able to be a great light for others, you know, and then yeah, shit creates. But to just look for shit in your day, it takes away from what it makes you, what it causes you to feel inside, you know, and if that's even helpful for the experience of these people and them you, so whatever they feel and shit. So letting people off the hook seems like a very big message, you know, because that must mean there's a lot of emotion attached and assumptions attached to things that really, 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 really feel like something. So, let's see. Due to feeling insecure, it's very easy to look at others. You know, I see it myself, you know. Just I'm trying to go in the grocery store and walk out, but it's so hard not to feel like, fuck everybody, die, right? I'm having to reel myself back in, but is that the insecurity in me feeling less than and just shielding myself, you know? That's what I feel when I go in there, you know? Because I have let my expectations of what, you know, this message is good for me too, because I got the moon in the first house, so. But I guarantee I don't even have to read nothing. I know for a fucking fact this is going to be what the month challenges you with. So if you ace this, people see you as a person cultivating, getting better. So forgive me if I don't really feel like reading for you, because I'm pretty fucking sure it's what it means. I'm pretty fucking sure. I do this. Come on. So, when you allow a situation to wake up your emotions, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I felt some very violent things, you know, and truly it could be a lot of things. I'm detoxing, I'm coming off heavy weed binge, on top of working a hard, stressful job, 6 months straight, no pause. So, using the weed to deal with the people over there, because apparently when you work so hard and leave, it offends people. I work hard, give them a spiritual message, and they're like, I don't want that. I want something else. And you do that 3 months, 4 months, 5 months straight. We were right here. We were right here for a second. And it's my fault. You know, I'm mostly surrounded by people who are barely in their 20s. I'm 31. I just look like I'm 20 because I don't do shit. I take care of myself, do yoga, don't drink. You know, eat healthy, you know, so they keep thinking I'm their age and shit. You're like, damn, why he ain't trying that? So then they'll do these games, you know. They'll look like they're enjoying themselves. Well, they'll enjoy themselves, have conversations. And in my mind, I'm like, damn, why are they always trying to be in front of me talking and shit? Like, or just connecting and shit. And I know, forgive me. This is part of me seeing it and then letting it off the hook at the same time. I'm catching and releasing these emotions as best I can. So, reminder, we're detoxing, new year. Things are slow, people are enjoying the new year, and you know, this downtime is good, but that momentum is just slowing down. So, but yeah, the best thing to understand is do your best to let your expectations of people off the hook. So, I'm gonna just have to say shit. Here's Leo for 31, 58. Okay. Hey, Leo, here's your message. I'm going to read the message. I'm not going to just do a reading because I'm pretty sure this is going to be... I got a good feeling this is your message for the month. So, it says, as soon as you want to feel irritated, allow time to pass. Focus on trusting yourself when you feel like you missed a chance or opportunity. Don't assume you screwed up. Focus on being in action to silence the inner critic. Get over these worrisome feelings. This is for January, yes. Yes, this month. It is hard as hell. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard as hell to do that. Because I be assuming I screwed up just because I, lost a job. And in my mind, I would believe I was a stand-up role model, you know. I did everything but whip my dick out. I did everything but pull my pants down, you know. Everything but that, you know. Ended up losing a job, you know. And this has happened at other places before, too. Like, it's happened at a restaurant / like a nightclub. Good at work and just not good at letting people get close to me in that way, you know. I'm trying to give it up, give it all up. No more weed. Hell, just straight myself, you know. So, I'm pretty sure whatever you're dealing with is really good at making you feel irritated, you know. For me, specifically, just waking up and existing in people in my mind, right? Because this could be the inner critic taking it in as disrespect, you know. Sometimes you believe, like, man, they're talking down. People just talking down. All I'm doing is be my best, trying to be the best me and not trying to take it out on them. Beg them to fulfill me. It's just, you know, it just looks tacky, you know, like just carry yourself, handle yourself, you know. So now I'm understanding when you're detoxing, these subconscious feelings have to bubble up. Maybe what I'm facing is the feelings I felt when I was working here, like truly, I'm 31 years old, you know, and high school was never really my thing. I transferred out to go to a charter school because, I mean, I had to come to school high as fuck. I barely dealt with on my third year I transferred out. It's damn near as soon as the year began on my junior year. Well, it's another shadow thing I had to deal with. And with work, I was able to deal with it, but ended up losing my job. So why? It's because I go above and beyond. How? Well, how I lost was pretty unrelated to the job, but it's probably good that it happened anyway. You know, it caught me climbing stuff because I'm so fucking fit. I do yoga a lot. I eat healthy. And sometimes I don't like waiting on a forklift to get stuff. And if I can reach it with a stack of pallets, I'm fucking reach it. Or I could just, you know, grab it. I got caught doing that. And apparently that's a violation, OSHA violation. And you know, they gotta let you go after that. So technically I shouldn't feel bad, but it's just feeling like they got one off on me, you know. You know, I wasn't able to mend them, and somewhere in my mind I bet they're fucking thrilled, you know. I mean, it's work. We come here to make money, you know. My inner critic wants me to feel like, fuck, man. I would have just been happier if I had whipped my dick out, you know. I say this because they're younger people, so they got that monkey on their back called life force energy. We all do, but when you're that young, you can't control the shit. You want what you want, what you want, what you want, what you want. And when you just can't get it, it's teasing you, and you can tease a person by just not allowing it to go there. Like, you know, I look at older people weird now because it's like, man, like, are we allowed to be okay being ourselves, or do we have to communicate these type of ways to people? You know what I mean. And I guess it's just me realizing I don't communicate that way, and so that frustrates people because I don't know how to communicate that way. And then got people telling you, you know, you're not black, or you're white, or you're white. All because you're just comfortable not groping a person and whipping your dick out. And yeah, it does get irritating. It's like, bro, I kind of want you not on this earth anymore, you know, because you're offending me for a part of me you can't even get yourself with your expertise. Who you are. Your game is so lame, I don't feel like doing that shit. But you don't want to honor that part, though. They don't want to honor the fact that your words and your personality is what unlocks situations, and who they were didn't unlock that situation. We're coworkers. First of all, you don't shit where you eat. You know, and apparently it looks like this day and age, the workplace is where people have their fun, because when they go back home, that's where they got to work, in the home, you know. So because they did all this work, never mind. That's inner critic. I'm assuming that's an inner critic. Never mind. But you know, I mean, now I feel glad, you know, just being able to have hobbies and allow them to cultivate me. And I damn near hate being in public now. I was like, oh my God, all these people who were able to use each other to have fun and shit hate when they see me. They already know I'm not gonna be on none of that. I don't know how to almost catch a fucking sexual harassment charge. I don't know how to be a predator. I don't know how to do that shit. So people treat you like you're evil. Like they actually will respect the person who smacks him on the ass now. Because there is this insecurity of form. This insecurity is almost its own high self-esteem now. Inner critic. I'll just find it's an inner critic part of me. You know. I'm not afraid to admit this is what I'm experiencing as a person, you know. I like being myself so much, it pisses off people. So 40 minutes for Virgo. I know it feels like I'm ranting, complaining. What I'm telling you is real, though. I'm not even going to have to use tarot cards. I have made sure these words are exactly what the month is doing to you. Virgo, simply learn by being along for the ride. Embrace your stiff emotions. Eventually, they will get limber. Allow yourself to be misunderstood. Eventually, you will be understood. Believe you will be nourished. Yes. Now, this was Libra's message, but when I read how I read and I read back on the quotes, I go, damn, this perfectly fits this message that because I couldn't pinpoint, what is it saying? I'm like, I figured it out when I kept doing readings. I'm like, this sounds like the message I gave for this sign. I kind of just, I gave the reading, but then I kind of looked and go let's see if this makes sense. Lines up perfectly. So any January video I uploaded, you'll see the reading, and then I go back and read the quote, and I'm like, it damn near just lines up without even reading. So yes, for January 2026, you are going to have to just learn by being along for the ride. And all I can do is tell you what my experiences is and how it makes sense for me. Being along for the ride is very difficult. What Aries, Virgo, and it could be second or the fifth for me because placements and shit. It's weird how it works because your houses could be different houses based off signs and placements and connections and shit. But for some reason, those two aspects, I see the connection there. So of course it's Gemini for the second. But I got Mercury, Venus in the 6th house of Virgo, which is, anyway, intercepted in the house of Libra, so it turns into being a Scorpio 6th house, 7th house, and then a Sag 8th house. So because of that placement, it has made sense to just flip it to the second. It's weird how it works. I'm telling you, it's valid though. But for you, how this relate to you, my message about me will definitely shed a mirror. Transparent enough to show you. Nothing else to really say because being along for the ride is what it is. Hopefully you can't hear that loud music. Being along the ride for people's feelings about you, them feeling how they feel enough to express it in respectful, but usually overt, disrespectful ways, so I'm telling you. So there's not really much I can say besides being along for that ride of your ride of the month. You will learn, so forgive me. And truly, you're not going to believe you're going to get nourished because you must be going through something that tells you there's nothing here. There's nothing here. So, you know how people feel now, so you're doing extra. So we got, give me Virgo. We got Libra, 43, 55, 59, 59. All right, Libra. I'm going to just read and get to the next sign because we've been really going in hard. Libra, have pure presence. Don't worry about what the day throws at you. Watch out for perceiving others as against you. What is unorthodox about your relationships? Embrace reheating a situation. It will be better this time. We will help ourselves when we don't register our feelings. Wait. We help ourselves when we don't register our feelings. Just be in action as much as possible. Do this, and you win. Find a healthy, unified mindset experience. So have pure presence. Don't worry about what the day throws at you. Watch out for perceiving others as against you. That is a main thing. Main little thing I had to deal with, This was for Scorpio last month. No, I have nothing to really say about that part. I mean, oh well. I'm just gonna read all these signs so I can get this video going. I ain't got nothing to even say about that. There you go, Scorpio. Scorpio, here's your message. You're in motion with your emotions, yet not connected to how you feel. Stay in this mental state. Create calm and unity with the current situation. Shake out of unclear feelings. Focus on art that creates unity through service. Understand psychology, medicine, and politics, and be involved with the progress of the collective. Now, this quote was from a book that I'm turning into y'all's situation because it lines up pretty well as far as handling chaotic energy and emotion. This will help create unity with your chaotic emotion and others' emotions. Allow time to take care of the situation. Consistently allow your emotions to take a back seat and allow the day to be your emotions. Focus on your day, not your feelings. Don't feel victimized, Eek. So, you're going to feel victimized. Simply, you're going to feel I know this is what the month will bring out of you. Don't ask why. I know. 47 minutes. I'm going to have to just read through y'all's. I'm sorry. I'm just reading them tonight so I can get off the camera. Sag, don't allow your observations to take away your confidence in finding solutions. Relationships, hold on. Don't allow your observations to take away your confidence in finding solutions. Create unity and harmony with your present relationships. This minimizes chaotic emotions. View others as coaches, necessary people. Accept that the conditions haven't formed yet. Allow time to take care of the situation. Give your mind time to find unity or the right mentality. Small changes eventually will make you rich. Will make you rich and wonderful. If you just trust me on this, I guarantee you will understand. Capricorn. Your identity can't be damaged, so your emotions going through the day should match. So your emotions can't be damaged either. Stillness will enhance your experiences of the day. Our old ideals about ourselves are the obstacles. Don't worry about old patterns or feelings when remaining new. You stay new in order to be receptive to the new things incoming. Collaboration, connection. Allow people to be coaches, necessary reminders to stay new. You are a coach and a role model yourself. Accept staying new. Where is life trying to put you? What are you allowing to be unorthodox? And why don't we want it to be unorthodox? How clear do you see yourself? Accept the chemical changes or the emotional changes that comes with remaining new. And the question is, why don't you have to react? Or how come you should not react? Hopefully I'm saying it clear enough so you understand. So we got 49, 30. Aquarius. We can turn drama, power struggles, feelings of deep emotional conflict into unity. In other words, that's Pluto energy. We can turn that into unity or connection. The fact you can adjust makes it all better. Let it be unorthodox. Laugh at the joke. See the comedy. Find the comedy in the month situation. Stay calm. Feeling like something isn't working is the problem. Feeling like something isn't working is the problem. All right. Do your best to use emotional awareness to be open. Find acceptance, create acceptance, or give it to God. To handle impatience, allow stillness to be the new level. Allow the month to do what it wants to you so you get the new perspective. Acceptance is your shield. The Tao of not arguing or allowing yourself to lose. So the Tao of allowing yourself to lose the drama or the argument is you winning peace. Let it go as soon as it starts pissing you off. Alright, we got 50, 40, okay. Pisces, stillness helps give you life and your emotions a chance to be understood. Stillness helps give your emotions a chance to be understood, and it gives life a chance to be understood to you and your emotions. Stillness helps you bridge the gap of hopeless feelings. Stillness gives you space, creates space. Stillness helps you create space and acceptance. Represent your boundaries through stillness. Have so much love for your life, you keep your energy clean and stay humble and kind. Stay a clean representation of yourself. Accept the confusion that comes with living life with others. Pay attention when life is asking you to nurture others or allow others to nurture you. As long as your honors remain open. Well, yeah, the messages. I didn't feel like reading them or doing a reading on them because I did like the first 3 or 4 signs like that, and it's the first 3 signs, and it just comes out to that conclusion. So, there's the messages, y'all. Now, you have messages clearly understood. You can't help but see this is exactly what the month is doing. I'm telling you. Later, y'all.